This video is a lot harder to make than I had anticipated. Recently, a YouTuber that I really enjoy watching and really look up to as a creator posted a video about her experience in an emotionally abusive relationship. And I thought that that was really brave of her and kind of inspiring. And it made me really emotional. This video almost brought me to tears. Not because she was particularly emotional in it or anything, but because some of the stories and specific experiences that she shared felt like they were tales from my own life, down to exact details. And I want to make a video about this, but it's very difficult to talk about, but I think that means that I need to make this video. A lot of you guys don't know this, but I was in an emotionally abusive relationship. The people who know me in real life, you're like, oh my god, obviously, yes, you talk about this all the time. But on my public social media, like on YouTube and stuff, I don't talk about this. And a quick disclaimer, the reason why is because YouTube especially is a positive creative outlet for me. It's somewhere where I go to put out the best side of me and share that with other people. And the part of me that was in this relationship and that was damaged from this relationship is the very worst side of me. In fact, I started making YouTube content regularly once or twice a week when I was in this relationship because I was too depressed to write and I was too depressed to make art, and my significant other did not support me in those things. So this was something I felt like I could do on my own, and I could put out creative content that I enjoyed making, and it was for me. And then other people started watching and I liked doing it, so I kept doing it. But I don't generally put this out there just because I like to spread positivity. I think what we need in the world, especially right now with so many terrible and scary things going on, is more positivity. So why would I put out this sad content when I could lift other people up instead of bringing them down? But when I was going through this emotionally abusive relationship and the recovery process, one of the things that I found the most comfort in was other people who had been through it. Also, you know, my friends and family who supported me, but also just this community of people online who were willing to open up about it and say, you know, we have similar experiences and you're not alone and you're not stupid for letting that happen to you when it happens to so many people. And I can't believe that we don't talk about it more. And I don't want to go into details about my relationship personally because number one, that's not what this is about, and number two, that I could talk to you for hours about that. It would be a whole separate thing, and also I don't know if I'm ready to make that video. But to give you a very brief overview of the worst relationship I've ever been in my life, even though I've been out of it for a year, which is something to celebrate, almost exactly a year at this point, which is a reason I want to talk about it and be very candid. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of going at it with this kind of video that I don't usually do, but it is something to celebrate. I have gotten myself out of a terrible situation and grown and recovered from it, but brief overview of the situation was that I started dating a guy when I was 17 and he was about 20. I don't know, how do I even tell this story? He was a little older than me, and I started dating him at the end of another really bad relationship he was in because I had been there to support him as a friend in the friend group, and then we started getting closer, and very soon after that he moved away and made me feel very guilty for not being able to spend all my time with him, not being able to spend all my money on bus tickets and be with him every weekend when I had a job and I was in school full time, though he never came to see me. And this was a way to distance me from my friends and family because they didn't like him very much. They weren't willing to step in and hurt my feelings and kind of pit me against them. But he kind of convinced me that I didn't need these people and I only needed our relationship. And whenever I thought it was bad and I tried to bring that up, he would tell me, no, this is a really good relationship and this is the best relationship I've ever been in and we have a really good line of communication. And I didn't know. He was my first very serious boyfriend, and if he told me things were good, I was like, okay, I guess like they're good relatively. I don't have anything to really compare this to. I was young and he'd been through more than I had, and I was like, all right, if you say so. And that line of communication really wasn't open because he was always just turn it back on me to tell me like, oh, it's your fault that it's like this and we could never work anything out. I would always be crying and I had no one to turn to because he'd isolated me. Like he just thought that everyone had to prove himself to him. That really bothered me because like I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. So it was really a change in my mentality to kind of see the world like that, and it really wasn't who I was. And in turn, I felt like I always had to prove myself because that's how he made me feel. I was constantly apologizing for my actions, and when I tried to bring up something that I thought was wrong, he made it clearly my fault. When a relationship is a two-way street, you know? I'm like getting emotional here, and there was a lot going on, but it was just constantly fighting with him, but not really fighting because I didn't want to admit that because I was putting on this big show for everyone, like, we're fine. But I was so not happy. My mental illness was worse than it had ever been because he was contributing to it and he was not supportive at all, and I would cry in the bathroom constantly after anything and he would never know and no one would ever know because I was just putting up this facade, and I was just constantly stressed. I was constantly dealing with his problems and I could just never get to my own, so my life was just kind of coming crashing down, and I was like, I can't even do anything because I can't handle it and I have to handle his stuff. And I'm getting really into it right now, and that is not what this video is about, but I just want to say that I have seen these other videos and so many women have the exact same experiences and specific instances as I do, and I saw Dodie's video and it wasn't even like, you know, that specific, but it felt like it was out of my life, and it just, first it broke my heart and then I got angry. If you haven't seen her video, it was about how she's angry because this guy damaged her so much and he will never know. He will never know that he did anything wrong. And I related to that so much because I know that the guy that I was with had hurt people in the past. I know that he lied to me about his past, so I know it was worse than I even knew. He hurt me, and I know that he didn't change because of the way our relationship ended, so I know that he will hurt people in the future, and he will never know. He could watch this video, but he would never even know that I associate the word abuse with our relationship, because during the relationship I couldn't admit to myself that I did, and I saw the situations and I saw the language and I saw the cycles and I saw other people going through it. I saw it online, I read it on websites, I'd seen it in other people, and I didn't apply it to myself because I don't think I was strong enough then. And so I'm angry too. I'm angry that I let myself be weak enough to fall into that situation. I am angry that there are so many other people going through the situation and none of us can speak out about it. That's insane. I don't know how else to say it. It is ridiculous that we are all forced to be quiet. We're forced into our little box by other people, and then it messes with us so much that we force ourselves into our own little box. And I am angry. I'm angry. I'm angry, yes, about the way I have been treated and about the way that I let myself be treated. So I'm mad at him and I'm mad at myself. I am mad at a society where we can't connect with other people who could help us more than anything in the world. If you are in a relationship where you're not happy, whether it's your significant other, whether it is a family member or a friend, even if you don't associate the word abuse with it, if you see signs and you don't want to admit it, if you don't see signs and you're not happy, talk to someone. Talk to a friend that you trust. Talk to a family member you trust. Talk to someone online who can relate. Talk to me. There are resources. Let's be resources for each other. That's what I want to say. That's what this whole rant was about. I see so many people with similar experiences. Why can't we help each other? Why do we have to sit alone in the bathroom and cry to ourselves? Why do we isolate ourselves because we've been told that we should be isolated? No. I'm getting so emotional right now, and I don't like to do this because that's not what my videos and my channel are about, but this is important. It's important to me. And I know it's important to other people because when I was going through this and I saw these other people online, it made me so much stronger. And maybe I'm saying the same thing over and over here again, but that's because it took me so long to say it to myself, and I want to say it to you because if you're going through this, I want you to say it to yourself. It's okay to be going through what you're going through, and you're strong whether you believe it or not. You can get out of it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I am scared to post this video. I've thought about filming my story many times. I don't know if I will ever film my whole story, but you get the idea here. And I can't let myself be scared anymore because someone told me that I should be once, because someone told me that I didn't have value once. I'm going to post this video for the other people who need to see it, and I'm going to post it for me, and that's it. Plain and simple. I'm mad that a year out I am still recovering from how fucked up this relationship was and how bad it screwed me up. But you know what? Let's be mad together, because maybe we can make a difference. Maybe we can get rid of the stigma. Maybe if we can get just one person to stop being quiet, we can make a difference. And it's not gonna be a big change, and it's not gonna be all at once. But if even one person can speak out about what they're going through and get out of a bad situation, maybe it would inspire someone else too, because that's what I hope. I hope that me going through this will help someone to reach out to me and be able to get out of their situation or avoid it altogether. Because if someone had to go through this, if someone has to, I'm glad it's me. I'm not glad it happened to me, but I'm glad that I'm a person who became strong enough to leave a situation where I was made to feel weak. I am sick of having my emotions belittled by specific people and by the attitude of society in general. I am tired of being told to be quiet about this because so many people are going through it. So many. Let's be there for each other. Let's be angry together. Let's do something. Let's do anything. I'm going to put some resources in the description and the link to Dodie's video, which inspired me to make this, because I really respect how strong she was and how scary it can be to speak out. Because like I said, if you know me in real life, you're like, obviously you went through this, I know. But to the people who don't know, it's scary to even tell you. It's scary to let you know that I was weak enough to go through that and that something so terrible happened to me and I'm ashamed of it. And I probably always will be, which sucks. But if me going through this and me speaking out about it publicly, no matter how scary it is, inspires one person in my life or one person I haven't met to be better, to be stronger, to maybe recognize signs of abuse in their own relationship, that's all I need. That's all we need. To be angry and to be angry together. So this was a long video, and I apologize for it being long. I apologize for it being off-brand with my channel. I apologize for it being so emotional and so personal and so ranty. I know that's not what I do here. So I apologize, but I'm not sorry, to be honest, because this needed to be said. No matter how terrifying this is, let's be terrified together, because At least that's something. Thank you to everyone who has supported me in my journey of recovery. I am so much better now. Thank you to everyone who inspired me, which is all of you who helps me through this, and so many more. Thank you to all the women who are brave enough to share their story online, specifically a lot of you here on YouTube I listened to and I spoke to. And specifically thanks to Dodie for inspiring me as a creator and inspiring me to post this video specifically. Thank you to you guys for listening. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful to be where I am right now. And I know this video was about being angry, but I'm also happy and so relieved that I personally am finally strong enough and at a point in my journey where I can put this out there. Thank you for letting me. I love you guys.